Welcome to a Community Partners interview, where we explore the organization, opportunities, and resources that look to make change in our daily lives. I'm your host, Shane Odowd Rutherford, and you're listening to Voices for Ability Radio. All abilities, all the time. Today, I'm joined by Jessica Johnston, the Executive Director for Hopewell Supports Services. Hopewell Supports Services started in 1983 when John and Joanne Osterhaus had opened their hearts and their homes to children with disabilities in their community. They had bought a farmhouse in Arras, Ontario, became foster parents, providing individualized care while raising their own family under the same roof. Word had spread about the love and support offered at Hopewell. Soon, more children with complex needs were welcomed, along with dedicated staff who shared the family's vision of care and belonging. Thank you for joining us today, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't we start with you telling us a bit more about you and what inspired you to work at Hopewell Support Services? What motivated you to work with individuals with disabilities?
So I've been part of Hopewell for 20 years. I worked in various roles in my time here, and it was really about being able to give back and support and advocate for people with developmental disabilities. I started, in my early 20s with Hopewell. I had the privilege of working with John Oosterhuis, the founder, as well as one of his sons. And I think what really resonated with me and made me want to continue and carry out their vision was that there were barriers, but they always found solutions to providing support, and just the importance of being able to advocate for individuals with developmental disabilities that didn't necessarily have a voice for themselves.
While doing some research, we came across some of the programs and services that Hopewell offers. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so there's three pillars of support that we offer. We offer supported living, we offer overnight respite supports, and then we have recreational services like drop-in programs or day supports for individuals.
Okay, and tell us a bit more about the respite programs.
Yeah, so we have respite programs for children and for adults. And essentially, it's an opportunity for individuals to build social connections, increase their independence, and give the caregiver or family member an important break, because it can be quite intense sometimes when you're trying to juggle all of the various needs of the family.
That's helpful because it really can be sometimes overwhelming, um, caring for people, especially children. And it shows here that you have holiday camps, so for Christmas break and the March break.
Yes, that's correct. So we do camps throughout the summer as well as through Christmas and through March break, and then we have PD day camps as well that we offer.
Excellent. It's really hard to fill the gap with those PD days because uh, the parents that are working would have to take the day off. And what type of activities and learning occurs in these camps?
Yeah, it's really based again on the group of individuals there. We try to build the activities and skill-based programming around the individual's interests or their natural abilities. So we will do things like cooking classes in the summertime. We will go swimming. There's arts and crafts. We have a gamer corner for those that are into gaming, and then we also have it's like a large kind of gym area for those that enjoy engaging in those different sports. Or we have a climbing wall and things like that as well. So lots of different activities, and it is a pretty wide age range. We have anywhere from 6 to 18 that we serve. So again, we've got to be able to be versatile in the various activities and programs that we run.
And the adult respite, how does that work?
So adult respite it's an overnight program. So you come and stay typically for a week or a weekend at a time, once a month. We do offer, extended stays if that's needed as well. And again, that program is really about building independence, building connections beyond the family. It's often a stepping stone for individuals when, we're looking at supported living or moving out from their home with their parents. So we were really trying to build the community up in that program.
Interesting. So, you have a facility for supported living?
Yeah, we have several homes. Yes.
And how does that work for for your membership and clients?
Yeah, so we have several homes within the city of Guelph, and then we have one which was the farmhouse you referred to in Aris, Ontario. And again, we've been doing supporting living for a lot of years, and a lot of the people that we serve in supporting living actually attended kids respite and then adult respite, and then they were able to kind of form relationships. We were able to see that, and then we were kind of able to build houses and supported living situations that we knew would work because they had developed friendships or relationships together during their time with respite.
Almost they've developed something like a second family
Yes, yes.
and move into the supportive housing. That's good because that consistency is important when transitioning through different life stages, I would imagine.
Yes, and that's something I think that makes Hopewell unique is we've always tried to wrap our services around the people supported. And it really is, our vision statement is a full life for a lifetime. And, if you come to us while you're a child, chances are you're going to stay with us for the rest of your life and access services with us because we want to be able to support you in all the stages of your life.
Right. So there's programming as a child, as a young adult, and then adults with a communal and supportive living. And there's day programs, night programs, and weekend programs. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic. On your website, we see that you have a news and stories tab. What goes into that? And is there any news that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so we actually just revamped our website, so we're looking forward to utilizing that a little bit more. But we have newsletters that go out, 3 times a year that we'll be posting there, and then any upcoming events or significant milestones with the agency. So I will share that in November we purchased another home. So we're very excited to be opening that in the new year and welcoming more people supported in supported living settings come 2026. We're also planning in 2026 to expand our recreational services, particularly for adults. So we're looking forward to doing that. So stay tuned for more information on how you can access that or learn more about it.
And if I'm correct, the Ulster House, this was originally their family farm
Yes, it is. Yes.
where where it all began.
Yes, that's correct. It is still one of the homes that we use. John and Joanne Oosterhouse remain connected to the agency as well as their family. We have an event hosted by Andrew Oosterhouse coming up in a few weeks. It's a fundraising event. So there's a lot of culture and history within Hopewell, and it truly is an honor to be the executive director and kind of continue to carry on the legacy that they created.
That's fantastic. So, as it relates to accessing services at Hopewell, are there restrictions on disability types or participation of caregivers or family members, things of that nature?
Yeah, so we serve anyone with a developmental disability. I think that's one of the things too that's unique about Hopewell is again we try to meet the need, we rise to the need. Typically, the people that we support come through the DSO, Developmental Service Ontario, or through local tables. There is some fee for service, and again, we build a lot of relationships through our respite programs. But typically that's how they gain access to our programs.
And the funding oftentimes comes from DSO. That's an option for some people when they go through the qualification process.
Yeah, so we are mostly the majority of our funding does come from the Ministry of Children and Community Social Services, and
Mhm.
then there's a portion of it that comes from donations as well.
Always vitally important to fundraise. But let's focus a bit on some of the success stories. Without using any names, can you give us an example of someone or a family that has had successes with you with supports that you put in place?
Yeah, I think honestly, some of the greatest success stories are the ones that they've started accessing support as children. So we have a young lady, she's been living with us since she was 6 months old. She's now in her late 20s, and we've been able to continue to provide support throughout all aspects of her life. And it's really great to see her, flourishing and having the privilege of walking alongside her as she grew up. We have, one of our homes, we have one individual again who accessed respite services. There was definitely some significant challenges and trauma that had taken place in their life, and they worked really, really hard to overcome those pieces. And now, they're an active part of the community of Guelph, and they're able to, give back, to Hopewell as well as the community. And it's really, we're not the only reason, but when you give any person, whether you have a disability or don't, the right supports, they are able to really flourish. And I think, the other side of that is if a person doesn't have those supports, um, you see the opposite impact.
Well, that may be one of the things that you see happening over and over again to individuals with disabilities. Any idea how we can stop that and grow beyond?
Yeah, I think again it comes down to community. We Hopewell is one piece of the puzzle, and as again in my life I have multiple roles and multiple supports in my life, and we can't do it without our community. So I would definitely look to communities, if you're a business owner to create employment opportunities or volunteer opportunities for individuals with developmental disabilities, or consider donating to an agency. If you live in a neighborhood, make sure that you're providing a safe and welcoming environment for, not just individuals with developmental disabilities, with everyone. Because when you truly invest in your community, you invest in the future as well, not just the person, but the future of what that community looks like. Oftentimes, when people don't get their needs met with a developmental disability, it looks like prolonged hospital stays that are unnecessary. It looks like them living in shelters, or homelessness, and that impacts your community too. So it really is worth while investing in supporting individuals live a life where they can thrive and give back.
Definitely, and people with developmental disabilities are uniquely vulnerable when it comes to homelessness and institutionalization. And it is communities that can work to make that unnecessary as we move forward and progress as a society.
Yeah, absolutely. I firmly believe that it's completely unnecessary to have people, in hospitals and shelters and homelessness, because these individuals, some of the people that I've met, are some of the most intelligent, compassionate people, and I do feel like society is missing out when they don't invest.
Well, this is what, again, it comes back to community and working with people. I would imagine it's highly individualized, but it sounds that you certainly found a path forward for your membership and your clients. Are they? Do you help them integrate within the local community?
Yes, absolutely. So again, it like you said, it's very person-centered in terms of what are they looking for, what are their skills, what are their strengths. But yes, absolutely. And I think one of the things we really try to do is keep them in their community as well. To be able to stay in the community where you grew up and still have those family connections and those friend connections is really meaningful as well to many individuals.
Definitely. You mentioned that there's some upcoming events for Hopewell.
Yeah, so I think right now we are running our winter campaign. We launched it December 2nd on Giving Tuesday. So that's a month-long campaign where we fundraise to support Hopewell. There's like I had mentioned, we have an event coming out. It is a closed event that Andrew Oosterhouse fundraises for Hopewell at, and yeah, we're always open to the community hosting various events. We have a Business After Five event coming up with the Guelph Chamber of Commerce that we're looking forward to welcome businesses and teach the community a little bit more about what we do.
And you're working with other organizations that are local, like the Guelph Lions Club,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
help them.
Yes. So we have lots of different partnerships. The Cremascos that are in Guelph are also another partnership that they donate their support for our children's programs. The Sifton Foundation has offered support to us. We have the Southern Cruisers, which is a biker group that supports us through fundraising, but building awareness as well as just supporting us in practical ways, like helping us paint a house when we're preparing for new people to move in, or getting donations like bedding and that kind of thing when we're welcoming new individuals in.
I think, yeah, that's important for people to understand. Sometimes a nonprofit or a charity can acquire a facility like a house, but there's ongoing operating and maintenance costs, and the little things like sheets and beds and bedding and furniture are also that's what changes a house into a home.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what we want them to be. We want it to be a home.
Excellent. Now, if somebody wanted to become a member or to volunteer with Hopewell Support Services, what's the process for joining?
Yeah, so I would encourage anyone who wants to know more or is wants to get involved to check out our website. There is a career tab, and there's opportunities to volunteer. There's student placement opportunities. If you're interested in learning more about how you can give back, encourage you to reach out to Hopewell. We have an info@hopewellsupport.ca. You can also call us. Our number is 519-836-9641. And we'd love to share more about what we can do and how you can help us.
Definitely. And if listeners are looking for more information, do you have a website?
Yeah, so the website is www.hopewellsupport.ca.
Excellent. And are you active on social media?
Yeah, so we have an Instagram page, Hopewell. Again, just look up Hopewell Support Services. We have a Facebook page, as well as a LinkedIn page.
Oh, and on your Facebook, there's a number of videos. uh, Building Hope Together. It's a series that's highlighting experiences of individuals and families. So that would be a great resource for people to learn more.
Yeah, the Building Hope Together is part of the winter campaign that we just launched on Tuesday. So there'll be various videos coming out of from people supported, from family members, and from staff as well that are part of the agency.
Really, so it's a complete spectrum from individuals that are clients and their families and staff and volunteers, giving a different perspective as to what everything comes together as being Hopewell.
Yes, yeah, and it's really if you check out our symbol, the symbol is it's pretty, but it also represents that. So we see there's, four parts to the service that we offer. And our symbol has different colors. One color represents the person supported, another the family, another the donors, and another one is the community. And when they all come together, that's what support looks like.
I'm looking at it, but I don't really know how to describe it. Uh,
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a star. It's four points that kind of connect.
and there's a dot in the upper left. What would that be?
Yes. The dot goes along with the one side there, and that's the individual.
Okay, so individual connected to community and to Hopewell and
Yeah.
supports and services. Well,
Yes.
that would be my interpretation. I don't know what it actually means, but that's great. Now, just quickly back to volunteering. Is this something appropriate for people in high school or more appropriate for people in college? And what about people that are retired?
Yeah, so we have something for everyone. I myself was a high school volunteer originally. As part of your high school diploma, you do have to complete volunteer hours, and that's how I actually first became involved. So, would encourage anyone of any age to reach out. We love having students, whether or not you plan to pursue a career with us. I think it's a great experience regardless, because like I've said, that community is really important, and being able to bring awareness to whatever you do in your future is important. Um, so wherever you are in your walk of life, there's opportunities to volunteer with us.
And definitely for youth in that it gives them exposure to something that they may not necessarily have an opportunity to encounter day to day, but it seems that you provide quite a bit of training to people as well.
Yes, yeah, uh, community is huge for us, right? So whether it be, student placements coming in and experiencing what it's like to provide service. We also provide education sessions in the past, we've provided it to high schools, we've provided it to EMS services, as well as police, fire departments, um, different hospitals, just because, you know, it, understanding individuals with developmental disabilities is again crucial to be able to provide those inclusive opportunities in the community.
I think these days it's a vital skill, learning how to interact and to communicate with people who have disabilities. It's a barrier when people aren't familiar and sometimes a bit shy about interacting with people that have different communication styles or people who are using assistive devices. So that's vital for everyone. And I like here that you also will provide instructions on how to use elevator lifts and mechanical lifts and van lifts, walkers. That's great.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, it's really important so that they can be successful in the community, and we can break down barriers and stereotypes that exist.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jessica. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and to learn more about Hopewell Support Services. And I wish you all the best and great luck in your fundraising initiatives this month.
Thank you, and I appreciate you inviting me on the show.
Thank you again. This is Shane Odowd Rutherford with Community Partners, where we explore the organizations, opportunities, and resources that look to make change in our daily lives. Thank you. You're listening to Voices for Ability Radio. All ability, all the time.